Hi, my name is Bree, and today I'm making day 10 of my cookie advent calendar. Let's see what I'm making today. We are dropped the paper. We are making my version of rolled sugar cookies. This is gonna be fun. These are the sugar cookies that are like, you know, when you go to like Walmart or Kroger and get like the frosted sugar cookies with the thick icing on it, it's like those sugar cookies. You can either eat them plain or you can frost them with icing. It's up to you. But both are delicious and they're very soft, just like those sugar cookies. And so everybody in my family loves these cookies. Often we buy them at Walmart if I'm not making them, but if I make them, they're gone very fast. Anyway, it's a dough that you have to chill, so I'll make them and then we'll chill them and then I'll have to get back to you. It's a good make-ahead cookie though, because you can make ahead the batter, and then this is what I sometimes do with my nieces and nephews, or what I used to do with my kids as well around the Christmas holidays, is I would make ahead the batter and then I would either put it in the freezer or I would just put it in the refrigerator if I knew they were coming the next day, and then we would roll it out together. That way they would have all the fun cutting out all the shapes, and we wouldn't have to make the cookie dough together. Just a little shortcut. And then we would make the icing together so they had the feeling of, hey, making some kind of thing together, because then they could decide the color of icing they wanted. Anyway, let's see what I need. Kind of remember what I need, but I kind of don't at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna need 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, a fourth a teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. Now this is what I normally do. I get salted butter and I just omit the salt. That way I don't have to worry about which butter I'm buying. And then 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. And you're thinking, what is sour cream doing in cookies? It makes it wonderful. That's what it's doing in cookies, okay? Just put it in there, okay? It's fine. Just trust the process on this one. So I'm going to need to refill my flour, of course, because I don't have 3 cups of flour. Probably gonna refill everything real quick and then get back to you so we can start cooking. All right, be right back. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. Let's put you down a little bit. All right, so the first thing we're going to need is that 1.5 sticks of butter, softened in there. And then, because it says in a medium bowl, whisk first 4 ingredients. Oh, okay, so that's the first part. You're supposed to mix the dry ingredients, but I'm not going to do that. I will sift those together. I don't know why I started reading the instructions, because I don't follow them. In a large bowl using an electric mixer, you're supposed to beat the butter until light and fluffy, about 2 minutes. So you put that in the mixer and beat that. Just the butter first. Fingers crossed butter doesn't fly out at me. It's a little bit stiff still, so I'm going to keep mixing it. this on camera, but it's more like lighter. It's something that you have to like feel and see. It's very hard to like show on camera how much lighter it is. All right, I just wanted most of that off my mixer. Next, we're going to add sugar, because there's sugar cookies, just like every other, and it's also just like every other cookie recipe. Tons of sugar. We're gonna add 1 cup of sugar to this. It's 1/3 of a cup, so I have to add it multiple times. So that's 1 cup of sugar. And we're gonna mix that in. Unfortunately, I have to scrape down the side. I have to scrape down the side of mine, so it's not quite blended. I don't know if I can show you this on the camera. I'll try. How grainy it looks. I'll try. No, it's not coming out very well. So I'm going to keep mixing mine for a little bit because it's very grainy. But when you look in there, if you can see the sugar, it's not blended. So keep going. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1 egg into it. And then mix it all up. I can just tell right now I'm going to have to like scrape down the sides of the bowls. Might as well get that over with. All right. Now it should just look like any other sugar mixture with an egg. We're going to add our 4th cup of sour cream in here. Mix that up, and then we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. I added the vanilla while I was still mixing, so I didn't have to stop it. I normally have Daisy sour cream. You use whatever you like to use. This is just what my family likes to have. And I don't use light. It's a cookie. I don't think it's meant to be light for cookies. But you do what you want to do. All right, so sour cream. And I will need a spoon. Just to scrape it all out. Just gonna scrape my ball down. I just like to make sure everything is like well mixed. I would hate to have one cookie with a big bite of sour cream or something like that. That would be disgusting to me. All right, let's sift in dry ingredients. Okay, so we need 3 cups of flour. Just freshly stocked. Let's see if it all fits into my sifter. Looking a little full. It fit. Yay. Small victories. All right, so then we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. In we go. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And it says salt, but I use salted butter, so I'm not doing that. We don't want extra salty cookies. Okay, so then we're just gonna make it snow over here. I know I probably say that every time, but I still think it's fun, so you're just gonna have to live with that. And then I learned the other day that I can't do this too fast because I can flick flour everywhere, so before that I didn't think that was possible. But knowing me, everything's possible. And the directions on this say to get a big bowl out and whisk it all together, but this is doing the same thing. Plus, I'm making sure there's no lumps in here, like there always is. Okay. Surprisingly, I had like, before I came here, I had like an old mixer from like 10 years ago that I had bought probably at Walmart for like, I don't know, $40 or something like that. And I never really had this problem where it shot flour out everywhere. So if you're wondering, like, haven't you been mixing stuff all your life and getting flour everywhere? No, not really. Not until I got the KitchenAid. I guess I expected the KitchenAid to have solved that problem, but my other mixer didn't really do that. And also, for some reason, with this KitchenAid, I did have to scrape the bowl down a lot. Well, not this much, but every so often with the other mixer. Don't ask me what the brand was, because I have no idea. It just was so old that it was time to get a new one because I used it so often. But the other mixer, I didn't have to do this this much. Scrape down the bowl this often. And with the other mixer, for some reason, like, it had different settings. It would go really low. Like this one, this is as low as I can go. And that seems to be like a medium speed. I don't know why it goes super fast on one when like my old mixer would go like, I don't know, glacier speed on one. And it wouldn't get up to like medium speed until I got up to like 3. And then I could have even an option to like manually spin it on my old mixer. So it's just like a learning curve with this mixer. I guess it does do, it's very powerful, I will say this. Like the old mixer I had, if I tried to put dough in that thing, I had to be like babysitting it. I was worried that it would break because it wasn't as strong as this thing is. So I guess there's plus and minuses to it, but that's why I'm not so used to this mixer, if you care to know. Probably don't, but I told you anyway. So anyway, we're going to chill this for, how long does it actually say to chill it? Let me see if I can read the instructions. Wrap and press plastic wrap and chill until firm. Wrap in plastic wrap and chill until firm for about 1.5 to 2 hours. So I probably won't make this until tomorrow because I'm an impatient person and I'm not gonna set a timer and then chill and come back in 2 hours. No. I'm gonna have everything cleaned up by that point, and I'm not gonna wanna cook in 2 hours. So that's why I always make it as this recipe. So anyway, I gotta wipe this down real quick, and I'll make sure you can see this. We'll get this all dried up, and then we'll put this in plastic wrap. I'll show you how I do it. You can feel free to do it whatever way you want to do it. Okay, so we got a clean slate here. We got some good old-fashioned plastic wrap. Slap that baby down. And hopefully it comes off the spatula, because I'm not about to get a spoon. Now, with sugar cookies, you really don't want to get it, with sugar cookies, you really don't want it to get hot when you're rolling it out. So this is what I like to do. I like to actually put it into sections so that I can roll out just a different section of the sugar cookie at a time, and then the rest of it still in the refrigerator. So that's why I'm doing it into sections and not the whole batch. Plus, I can easily just throw this in the freezer and be like, I'm making this amount of cookies today, we're living with it. So then we have one very thin section of cookie. It's going to be really easy to roll out tomorrow. I kind of flatten it down as much as possible with my hands, because the thicker you make this, the harder your rolling pin has to work tomorrow. It's easy to flatten down right now because it's cold. It's nice and clay, but once it gets cold, it's very thick and you have to work real hard to roll it out. I ain't about to do that. So this is what I do. You do whatever you want to do. All right, in the refrigerator it goes. I'm honestly probably just gonna put this rest of this in the freezer. And what I do sometimes is I like to just freeze this in logs, and then when it's time to make them, I just cut it with a knife like a good old-fashioned cookie log and make circle cookies. And then they become like a little shortbread cookie. All right, so back to making the sugar cookies. I'm gonna flour my surface, and I'm gonna flour this, and then I'm gonna flour a cookie cutter. And I'm going to take my cookie dough out. It's pretty sticky at this moment. That's why I need lots of flour. And actually, I think I'm gonna need quite a bit more because it's too sticky. I can tell you that right now. We're just gonna take it out, and I'm gonna take the plastic wrap off, and gotta make sure it's not sticking anywhere. Apparently I have a piece of cookie right here. All right, let's just go ahead and roll that. I'm surprised how sticky this is. Normally isn't that sticky, so I probably needed to add more flour in it, but whatever. We're making it work now. So we're just gonna roll it out to 1/8 of an inch. And again, it's way too sticky. All right. Just keep adding flour. If it's that sticky, you're gonna have to add flour. That's the only way to fix that. Normally that doesn't happen. I haven't had that happen in a really long time, but it is what it is, so we just roll with it. And now, because my dough, I've got sugar cookie all over my dough. Okay, we're gonna roll it out. Hopefully we've got it working now. And then we're just gonna cut it. I must have been like really tired of that day. And then I just take it and I push it out on my sheet. And it doesn't typically spread that much. And I know what I did is I used margarine instead of butter, but that's because that's what I was working with. Okay. That's gonna be like a really ugly Christmas tree, but I don't care. Because it's so soft. I actually would have probably just put more flour in it, but we're not doing that today. We're going to take a knife underneath of it and help transfer it. I'm gonna have to go back in the video and see if I added the right amount of flour. Because that's really bugging me. The only other thing I could think of I did differently was that I added margarine, which I don't normally do, but that's what I did today. And I have cookie dough all over my hand. Well, it's gonna be really easy to re-roll these back out because they're too soft. So soft anyway, with having this much flour. Or stickiness, I guess. How to make it disaster. That's what this should have been titled. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is stick these in the oven for about 7 minutes. I do not like to overbake them. You can overbake them. If you bake them for about 10 minutes, they become hard and they're like more of a short bread consistency. They are delicious that way, but this is not what I'm going for here. I want soft. So, and they're not underbaked. They're soft and fluffy and delicious this way. So, 7 to 8 minutes max. I'll see you in 7 to 8 minutes. Alright, so this is what the cookies look like. They are nice and Christmas tree. I would normally put icing on these. You just put a stick of butter in a mixer with 2 cups of powdered sugar, mix it all up, and then put some food coloring in it if you want to. But my kids don't enjoy icing. They like them plain. And since nobody else in the family is here to eat them but my kids, this is what we're doing. We're leaving them plain. Now I do want to show you the first one I made. I'd put a lot of flour on them, and if you can see the flour, all you do is just brush the flour off and then they will look just like the second one that I rolled out with no flour on them. I'm going to let my family try it, and then I'll be right back with you to see how they rated them. All right, this is 4 bulbs out of 4. I could have predicted that one, but this is how it is rated. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.